going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Monday, July 1st, 2024, 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Hi. Gigi. What are you, camera shy? Hey. Hey. What, are you scared of the camera? Come on. Where's Stoley? Where's Stoley? You know what? I'm thirsty. I have a story to tell. Oh, there he is. Stoley! Little Stoley. I need a drink. You need a drink? You want a treat? Yeah? Do you want a treat? Yeah? You guys want treats? Okay. I'm going to get you a treat. I need a drink because I got a story to tell you. Here we go. Sit. Good boy. Shake. Okay, here you go. Okay. Let's go make ourselves a drink. Do I want vodka or do I want something a little more special? Let's see. You know what? I'm feeling the goose. I'm feeling the goose. Okay. So, do I have a story to tell you guys? You guys are gonna really love this story. But first, I need to have a little drink. Don't even ask what that's about. I think they want to go outside. You're free. We'll join them in a minute. But first, I need to get some Celsius in this bitch right here. Because I got a good story to tell. I'm going to sit here in my rocking chair and have a drink with you guys. What's the matter? You ready for a story? It's story time. Okay. Oh my God. Hi. Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? All right, come on. Get your ass on my face. Come on. All right. It's time to tell a story. Where do we begin? We could start at the beginning, or we could start at the end. Let's start at the beginning. I'm telling a story of Plumbing and Air by Tom that was formerly known as Plumbing by Tom, that then got rebranded into Pipe Doctor Home Services of Central Florida. And then when I fired everyone in the last week of May 2024, Pipe Doctor Home Services. Makes it so much easier, right? makes it so much easier. Huh. And you know what's prompting this? And I'm just getting started. And you know what started or prompted this video documentary is getting a phone call today from one of the banks that Tom has a credit card with that, of course, is past due and maxed out. I guess I should have done more due diligence with Thomas Bowfinger. If I would have done some more due diligence, I would have easily saw that the gentleman and his wife, well, they didn't file for bankruptcy once. No, not once. And not twice either. I don't get it. How do you file for bankruptcy 3 times in less than 20 years? Crazy, right? Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Unfucking believable. I have never met someone so financially irresponsible in my life. I really haven't. And I'm actually upset for the miserable man that he is. You know, he genuinely is a nice guy, but you know what? Nice guys, well, they finished fucking last, Tom. Where do we begin? So, let's make this quick little story seamless and as easy as possible without slandering anyone, without disparaging anyone, right? But at the end of the day, Thomas Bowfinger is a licensed plumber in the state of Florida, all right? And in my opinion, has absolutely no idea how to run a business, okay? So, hypothetically speaking, all right, if you have a job, a task in front of you, right? And let's say the selling price is $100. Okay? The selling price is $100. The cost of goods sold, the material that you're going to use to complete the task at hand, let's say that's $50. Okay? So your net or your gross profit of the job minus cost of goods sold is $50. From that $50 that you have remaining, you're going to have labor, right? And if you're doing it yourself, I guess, you know, you could, whatever you have left at the end of the day could be, you could pay yourself, you know, $49.95 or $50, but you have other expenses like insurances, general liability, an umbrella policy, automotive policy, workman's comp policy, life insurance policy, health insurance. That's 6. That's 6 insurances that I just mentioned. And that's just the first expense or first part of overhead that you have to calculate in the cost of selling a job. All right. So if you have a job you're selling for $100 and the material costs you $50 and overhead is another $50, right? Before even factoring in overhead, I'm talking about insurances. Let's talk about your rent on the, or mortgage or taxes on the building that you operate your business out of, whether it's a closet or a bedroom or a garage in your home, which you need to, you know, factor in a portion of that, which you're using for your business, right? Or a structure, like a building, for example. Profit and markup, labor, and the associated taxes that go with that labor. So if you're selling something for $100, right, and your cost of goods sold, your expenses, and your overhead, right, are $100, you're losing money on that job. And you may not realize it right away, but what will happen is that credit card bill that, had a zero balance at the end of the month, but after the first week, now that credit card balance is $10,000, but you don't have $10,000 in the bank, you have $8,000 in the bank. And if you spend $8,000, well, how are you going to pay this, that, and the third, right? And that's where my relationship with Thomas Bowfinger struggled towards the end of our relationship together. Because I wasn't hired as a business partner to handle day-to-day operations. I was brought in to add HVAC services with my HVAC license to the company and to streamline processes and procedures to make the company more streamlined and more profitable, therefore affecting the bottom line. Unfortunately, the company really wasn't a service and repair-based business. It was a plumbing contracting business that liked to, do renovations and new construction in residential and commercial, settings, which can make a substantial amount of money. You could be very profitable doing new construction, renovations, commercial and residential. You can. And for the first few months where I was on board, adding HVAC services, and we had Christian come in, thank God, running the occasional once in a blue moon HVAC service call, which really was non-existent. But when I came on board, I also brought in my relationships with Ream and A.O. Smith, as factory authorized service providers. So, for example, if a water heater, a Ream water heater, or an A.O. Smith water heater, under that first year of manufacturer's warranty, for covering labor, went south, they would call the manufacturer. The manufacturer would call us, and it's a great relationship. I do a lot of volume with A.O. Smith and with Ream in New York, South Carolina, and also in Florida. So it's a blessing. It's a chewing, as some of you use that term, chewing work. It's good stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're selling a product, a service, for a price of $100 and your expenses and your material is $150, well, you're losing money. And compound that, for 5 months, and when you had zero debt going into this, and quickly now you have $50,000 worth of debt, well, it's a problem, right? And like I say, good guys finish last, right? So at the end of the day, the poor business operating performance that Thomas Bowfinger showed was his demise. It is what it is, Unfortunately, I came into the picture, and because of his shitty credit, I helped get 3 new vehicles at a normal interest rate to be secured by the business, and I'm personally responsible for those. The credit card that I basically co-signed for the business, I'm ultimately responsible for that. But, the straw that broke the camel's back, and the reason why I'm just disgusted by just being abused and lied to, and just taken advantage of, is that this individual, right? There was another credit card that, I obviously co-signed for, because I got the phone call today, and thank God it wasn't like $30,000 or $300,000. It's only $3,000, but I claimed fraud. I was like, no, I never signed up for this thing. No, I never gave authorization. So if someone, got this credit card in March and maxed it out and is not being financially responsible for it, well, not me. I didn't sign up for it. I didn't establish the credit card account. And, and the limited discussions that I had with him since I basically terminated everyone and recovered, my material and my assets, not once did he bring it up. So, whatever. There are chiefs and there are Indians. And Thomas Bowfinger, well, let's just say he's far from a chief. Far from a chief. But Pipe Doctor Home Services shall prevail. Shall prevail. I know it will. It will take some time, and it may take a long time, but I have plenty of determination and motivation to make it happen. It's going to take some time before, Christian is running multiple service calls a day. 2 or 3 a day, that would be nice. Where we can add another truck on the road and another employee and make it happen. But, the Central Florida and Florida overall is a very competitive market. Very competitive market. And I just have my little niche of just doing water heater service calls, and slow and steady, we're going to capture the HVAC niche market in Central Florida. And when I do, you better fucking watch out, because I'm going to steamroll right over everybody else. Facts. And I'm starting with offering a $49.95 diagnostic charge. Includes, our travel time and first 15 minutes on site to diagnose your issue. Unheard of. The biggest competitor out there, Frank Gay, he's at $69.95 or $79.95. He's got a couple thousand reviews on Google, but most are great. Some are horrible. If you look on Facebook and what have you, next door, it's got a shitty reputation. But you know what? You need a system, and you call for service 8 o'clock in the morning. At 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock that day, you got a brand new one installed. That's what you call getting the job done. So props to Frank Gay. And Del Air, too.